Hey folks, how you doing? I'm Alan Galang from Vancouver, Canada, and I'm back with my friend Diane from Portland, Oregon. What we're here to do is give you a quick rundown or introduction about Diane. So before she starts sharing the information with you, I want to give you a chance for you to get to know her. Simply because sometimes when you meet a professional network marketer, somebody who has the ability to do some really amazing things, it's really common and it's really easy for the average person to say, oh, well, it's easy for you to do. You know, you're probably born rich, or you're probably really smart, or you probably have something that I don't have. I mean, everybody thinks that way, including myself when I first started. And what I want to do is have you get to know Diane for who she really is, because it might help you understand that you don't have to be anything more than who you are today to succeed. All it really takes to get what you want is to really have that desire and to really have a willingness to learn the accurate skills and perfect those skills to help you get to that next stage in your life. And it doesn't matter how broke or how, uneducated maybe you started off at. I know for myself, even for me, Diane, I mean, you know it. You know my story. I dropped out of college, and I had to cheat my way through high school. And I know, Diane, you're a lot smarter than I am. You didn't have to do that. But you had your own challenges. And we want people to know what kind of background you came from, so they know that you're not really so much different from them. You're actually very similar to them as you are to me. Okay?
Okay.
So let's start off. Tell your public, tell the crowd, tell them a little bit about you. Where were you when you first started off? Oh, I'm sorry, before you even started in the network marketing field, what were you doing in terms of career?
Well, in terms of career, from way back, I had been working in the corporate world, working with bosses and fellow workers that sometimes were a little bit hard to work with, but I have been working in the corporate world for quite a long time, and I was getting pretty tired of every demand that they were asking for, and the pay really wasn't that great.
Gotcha.
And transportation was another thing, but I gave up. I decided I wanted to try working for myself, starting my own business.
Gotcha. You worked in the corporate field, so you had a regular job, just like everybody else, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely I did.
So you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Oh, no.
And you weren't born and raised with $1 million in the bank.
Oh, no.
Okay, just checking. Regular Joe, just like the rest of us, right?
Right.
That's cool. Well, tell people then, what was it that made you decide to take part in the home-based business field? What was that one thing in your life that made you decide to try this area of expertise?
Well, some of my friends that were in their own home business and network marketing, and they were starting to make a pretty good income. They were able to stay at home and not have to go wherever to get to their business, or all of the problems and hassles you have to work with. And I was just starting at part-time, but, I liked what I was doing. I started learning a little bit more, and it became a little more of a challenge.
So what, you got involved because of motivation, I guess, per se, where you saw some of your friends doing it, and you thought, wow, well, if they can make that kind of money, maybe I can too, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, folks, that's important to recognize, because when you're building your home-based business, what Diane's really sharing with you is that she is a motivation type personality. And there's two different types of personalities that you'll recognize in your prospects. Go and check this out. Next time you go talk to a prospect or somebody that you even know, ask them this simple question, because Diane asked me this before. She said, if you had a chance to make, let's say, $100,000, and you had a choice of the kind of job that you want to pick, well, what kind of job would you pick if you knew that it would guarantee you $100,000? And you'll find you'll get two different sets of answers. Either A, you'll get people that'll say, well, what I don't want to do is this, and I don't want can have that kind of job, and I don't want to be working for this kind of boss, and I don't want to be having this kind of portion. I won't do it for $100,000 if I have to put up with this, this, and this. Really bad example for me to say this, this, and this, but it's just a generalization. On the flip side, there's people that are motivation types, and motivation types are people that will tell you, well, if I could get this kind of work and get paid $100,000 for it, I would jump on it in a heartbeat. This is important to recognize, because what Diane just opened up and told you is that she's a motivations kind of individual. And if you wanted to motivate a leader like Dianne to take part in your home-based business, you'd want to talk about the benefits of what you could help them gain when you speak to them. On the flip side, not everybody's a motivations type individual. And if somebody is what's called a takeaway or a fear personality based person, or they get motivated by the fear of loss, then what you'll need to do is you'll need to talk about the things that they could lose if they didn't take action. This is really important, from everything in your ad to every type of kind of communication you can have, whether it's video, recording, audio, face-to-face, over the phone, with your prospects. You keep that in mind, and I promise that little tip alone that Dianne shared with you can already increase your results in terms of attracting more people into your life.